But anyways, hey, what's up, guys? I hope you guys can hear me, and my mic is Gucci, and I hope this is not gonna be a boring thing, but honestly, I'm just bored with life, and I want to do something fun. So I'm gonna do this thing where it's gonna be like this 100-day type of thing, just like how you see everyone else do it. That's what I'm gonna be doing today, just for fun, cause you know, honestly, life is a big joke. Ha 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 hee 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 hoo hoo hoo. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to do something for myself as well, and I don't know. There hasn't been really anything interesting, and yeah. So let's have some fun. Let's try and motivate. So I don't know. Free code camp. This is pretty much gonna be like a thing where I'm gonna try and go through all of this, try to go through all of the certifications, try to go through all of these things. Basically what I'm going to be trying to do is like, honestly, I'm just going to like go through everything, like um basically code along thing. So if you guys are out there and want to be able to do this with me, we can do this together. So I'm going to be reading, because, yes, my voice is pretty beautiful and I want you guys to hear it all the time. I really hope nobody interferes, because I like to be interrupted a lot. And yeah, so let's have some fun, shall we? Alright, let's get started. So, introduction to basic HTML and HTML5. HTML and hypertext markup languages. Markup languages used to describe the structure of a web page. It uses a special syntax or notation to organize and give information about the page to the web browser. Elements usually have opening and closing tags that surround and give meaning to content. For example, there are different tag options to place around text to show whether it is a heading or a paragraph or a list. Wow. So H1s are headings. I mean, don't get me wrong, I already like learned a little bit of this. This is just me going over things, cuz like, yeah, I'm cool. Anyways, so yeah, H1s are headings, most important tag. So top level heading, maybe the page title. Yeah, usually I would put a heading inside. I would put the title inside an H1 for like CEO purposes, I guess. And I hope that interruption stops. Ha ha ha. And then there's a paragraph, very cool paragraphs, basically where you just put text. OL stands for ordered list, and number one are on the list, number two, number three. So top level headings, maybe a page title, a paragraph. If this is the outcome. Wow. The hypertext part of the HTML comes from the early days of the web page, and it originally used case. Pages usually contain static documents that contain reference to other documents. These reference contain hypertext links used by the browser to navigate to the reference document, so the user could read the reference document without having to manually search for it. As web pages and web applications grow more complex, W3 Wow, I'm sorry I just be quiet like that. But like, yeah, I don't know. Never really trusted W3 because I heard bad things about them. But yeah, so wow, so cool, very awesome. You guys ready to go? Yeah, go to the first lesson. Basic HTML, HTML5. Say hello to the HTML elements. Welcome to FreeCodeCamp. Hello, FreeCodeCamp. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm talking like that. These will walk you. Uh, I these will walk you through web development step by step. First, you will start by building. Sorry, I'm gonna just take a sip of coffee. Oh, disgusting. First, you'll start by building a simple web page using HTML. You can edit code in your code editor, which is embedded into this web page. Do you see the code in your code editor that says hello? Hello, code editor. Yes, I do see this embedded in my code editor. Most HTML elements have an opening and closing tag. Opening, closing tag. The only difference between opening and closing tags is / after the opening bracket of a closing tag. Each challenge has tests you can run at any time by clicking Run Test button. When you pass all tests, you will be prompted to submit your solution and go to the next coding. To pass the test on this challenge, change your H1 element to say Hello World. Hello, Cancer. Do you guys think this will work if I do it like this? Hello, Cancer. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to offend anybody who has cancer. I'm not a mean person. This is me just being a depressed soul. Yes, I have depression, or I'm just sad. But yes, hey, this is gonna be like my first video on my channel. I'm an actual cool dude. So if you have a problem with me, don't. I love you. Ah, doesn't work. Hello world, and goodbye depression. Submit. Alright, over the next few lessons, we'll build an HTML5 cat photo web app piece by piece. The H2 element you will be adding in this step will add a level 2 heading to the web page. What? Did I read this correctly? The H2 element you will be adding in this step will add a level 2 heading to the web page. This element tells the browser about the structure of your website. H1 elements are often used for the main heading, while H2 elements are generally used for subheadings. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. Very cool. H6 is the least important. H1 is the most important. You will be using H2 elements a lot more often because H1 elements are pretty much titles. Let's say it would be the title of Google, and H2 would be, I don't know. H2 is going to be like the videos and the images and all that fun stuff. So it tells us that we need to do this. So I hope you guys are all following me along. Pikachu chooses you. Cringe. Cringe, cringe, cringe. Okay. P elements are the preferred elements for paragraph text on websites. P is short for paragraph. You can create a paragraph element like this. P, I'm a P tag. Create a P element below your H2 element and give it the text hello paragraph. Alright, so let's create a paragraph tag. Open that paragraph tag. Let's type in hello paragraph? Hello paragraph. And a paragraph tag. Oh, don't even know how to I don't even know how to spell, guys. Or have proper pronunciation or spelling. That's another thing that I want you guys to know. Since this is pretty much a new channel, I don't know. Maybe you'll find a mystery about who I am. I hope you guys don't. But yeah, I'm just a cool kid living in a lonely world. Or a lonely kid living in a cool world. I am nobody. That's who I am. Web developers traditionally use lorem ipsum text as a placeholder text. The lorem ipsum text is randomly scraped from a famous passage by ancient Rome. Oh wait, why are we? Okay, lorem ipsum, very cool, very awesome. I like it. But you know what I like more? I do love this kitty ipsum. So it tells us that we need to replace that hello paragraph with the kitty ipsum so that we can get that nice kitty cat vibe. Also, at the same time, guys, I don't know. Maybe it's because I did drink coffee, and I don't know. I like to think positive. My life is a mess, and you know what I like to do when my life is a mess? I like to comment things out by putting the little opening by putting this type of bracket, exclamation point, this and this and that. So commenting is a way that you can leave comments for other users or developers with your code without affecting the results out of the display to the end user. Commenting is also a convenient way to make inactive. Very cool. So commenting, you can do it like this. Also, there is also a keyboard shortcut. If you guys don't know, if you press Control and the slant line, this kind of line on your keyboard, and then you type I mean, you don't have to type Control. You press that Control button right next to your. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I like to be dramatic. Ha ha ha. Alright, so we did that. Remember that in order to start a comment, you need to do this, and then to end the comment, you need to do that. So in here, you need to comment before the H2 begins. So comment out your H1 and your P tag, but not your H2. So how we are going to do this is a nice quick way where we just do the control slash, don't speak English, control slash. Yes. Onward, ho. Cringe. Our phone doesn't have much vertical space. Let's remove the unnecessary elements so we can start building our cat photo. Delete your H1. What do you mean? Our phone is beautiful. Look, it has so much space horizontally, I guess. Okay, fine. Alright, so let's run that. Ooh, most triumph. Oh yeah. HTML5 introduces more descriptive HTML tags. These include main, header, footer, nav, video, and article and section, and more. Very cool. These tags give a descriptive structure to your HTML, make your HTML easier to read, and help with search engine optimization and accessibility. The main HTML5 tag helps search engines and other developers find the main content on your webpage. Main tag. Inside of the main tag is an H1 tag. Inside the H1 tag is a text saying hello world. So many of the new HTML tags benefit and cover the applied accessibility section. I'm so sorry guys if I cannot read properly or anything like that. Please excuse my improper English. Alright, so create a second P element after the existing P element. Okay. Open that P tag. Paste that. Hee hee. I really hope you guys enjoy your time when you're learning and actually learn something cool here. Oh, sorry, I can't read directions. I like to do things on my own. So now it tells us we need to wrap this. Oops. Wrap this bad boy. Alright. Wrap it up. Stack it up. Eat it in a cup. Alright, so. Taste. Alright, I'm a shooting star because I could really use a wish right now. You can add, now we're talking about adding images to your web page. Oh my god. You can add images to your website by using image element and point to specific image URLs using src attribute. An example of this would be image image source. That's the one thing that I was told that you and me we must remember. Or that's the one thing that I've learned on my own. Because yes, you can learn anything by yourself if you try. Note, the image element are self-closing. Yes, you got it, my friend. All image elements must have an alt attribute. Does this have an alt attribute? This is, what is it called when someone is telling you to do something but doesn't do it? A hypocrite move, you fucking. Oops. I'm not trying to curse. The text inside the alt attribute is used for screen readers to improve accessibility and display if the image fails to load. No, if the image is purely decorative, using an empty alt attribute is best practice. Ideally, the alt attribute should not contain special characters unless needed. Let the alt attribute to our image above. The author standing on the beach. 2 thumbs up. Wow. Very cool. I guess, never mind. I guess I stand corrected. Ooh, so bad. Alright, let's try to add an image to our website. Within the existing main element, insert image element before the existing P element. So before this P element, you want us to add a image tag. So guys, remember to press tab or you can space, but I like to let you guys know that I don't know, I feel like it's good to forgot what's the official term, but make sure your code is cool. And I really forgot. If you guys know what I'm talking about, and if you are the realest people around here, can you guys please just like comment in the comments and let me know? Honestly, if you guys don't, I'm gonna comment in my own comments. All right? If you guys see my comment, and if I actually do that, I want you guys to like it. Yeah. Cuz we are a community. I am your friend as well as you are my friend. Finally, don't forget to give your image element an alt attribute. A relaxing cat. Challenge destroyed. Basic. Now let's link internal and anchor elements. You can use a tag or anchor tag elements to link content outside of your web page. A elements need a destination web address called href attribute. They also need anchor tags. Here's an example. A tag href equals quote website name starting with https the semicolon backslash or forward slash. Yes, I can read English. And then this stuff right here. And then text and then closing. So hrefs close. Then your browser will display this. Very cool, very awesome. I really hope you guys are following along right now. Because, yeah. That's the whole point of this series that I'm trying to create with you guys. Create an A element that links to this right here. Where do I do this? Should I do it right here? Or down here? I don't know. I feel like since that is the title, I don't know. You guys think I'll get it wrong if I do it here? I hope not. What is this going to be? Cat photos. Does that look cool? Oh, this looks freaking amazing. That's what I was missing. Wow, I'm a bad person. I know. We've got our own alt tag, so if you guys are following along and also forgot that alt tag, like, silly dudes and dudettes. Wait, you can add a. Yeah, I was about to say, I think I had way too much coffee. I forgot to put in an S. My whole life is a lie. You know what? Just for that, I will ask you to ask me that later. Ah, man, I feel so silly in front of you guys now. Alright, so A elements can also be used to create internal links to jump different sections within a web page. To create an internal link, you assign a link attribute to hash symbol. To create an internal link, you assign a link's href attribute to a hash symbol. As at the same time, this is called an arthropod or arthropode or something like that. Plus the value of the ID attribute for the element that you want to internally link to, usually further down the page. You then need to add the same ID attribute to element you are linking to. An ID is an attribute that uniquely describes an element. Below is an example of an internal anchor link and its target element. href hashtag contacts header. So cool. When the user, oh, sorry guys, I have to yawn. Damn, I feel so rude in front of you guys. When the users click the contacts link, they will be taken to the section of the web page with the contacts header element. Change your external link to an internal link by changing the href attribute to hashtag footer and the text from cat photos to jump to the bottom. Remove the target equals blank attribute from the anchor tag since it causes the link document to open in a new tab. Then add an ID attribute. Well, this is asking for so much. Alright, so this is what it wants. I honestly want you guys to remember this because this is actually really cool. Because when I first found out about this, I just couldn't stop. So if you inside a link tag, if you put target equals underscore blank, it'll just open up the link in another tab window. So yeah, if you guys don't feel like looking and you guys are like one of those people that actually learn things and don't need to reference things, I recommend that to be remembered in your brain. Alright, so href, they said, do you want me to name this footer cat photos? Did they say they want me to change this and call this with jumped to bottom with a capital J and a capital B? Ha 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 ha. He he he. Oh, jump to bottom. And then we're gonna change this to an ID of footer. Very cool. So you know what's gonna happen, guys? Do you guys really know what's gonna happen right now? When we click on this, it's gonna jump to the bottom. What? Yeah, you guys saw that? Ah, you know I saw that. Ha ha ha. All right. You can nest links within other text elements. P. Here's a target. Oh, wow, I was about to read this whole thing. All right, so you can nest links within other elements. So there's a p tag. Inside this p tag, there's text. Inside a p, it's net or damn. Let's break this down. Wow, let them break it down for you instead. Let's break it down. For the example, normal text is wrapped in the p element. Okay, here's a dot 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 for you to follow. Next, the anchor element, which is this right here, requires a closing tag. So this dot 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 and that target is an anchor tag attribute that specifies where to open the link and the value. So this value is gonna be a new tab. So the value underscore blank specifies to open the link in a new tab. href is an anchor tag attribute that contains the URL address of the link. A href equals http. A href link dot dot dot. The text is going to be linked to Freedom Code Camp, and then call it anchor text. All right, so shit. My wrist kind of hurts. Haha. So basically, if you guys don't understand what I just read, here's an example what I'm going to try and explain to you. Basically, what they're telling you is that you can nest tags inside other tags. You can pretty much have a word or a sentence. This is pretty much a sentence inside a paragraph. I'm not going to explain this anymore. I give up. Or, all right. Basically, you can nest a link inside a paragraph tag. That's pretty much it. Now nest the existing elements with a paragraph just after the existing main element. The new paragraph should have text saying "View more cat photos." Okay. So nest the existing element within a new p tag. Alright, so this is what they want us to do. They want us to create a p tag inside this existing link. Haha. And also, you guys see what just happened? Like, you see how it's like inline? P I'm gonna just give you guys a little cheat sheet. It's a block. It turns into a block. Links are in line, cause like if you just think about it, when you create a paragraph, it's on a whole new line. But when you create a link, it's inside the line. Ooh. So what else did they want us to do? The new paragraph should say view more cat photos. Oh, where they want the cat photos to be the link. So in this case, view more. Oop. View more is gonna be like that. Because you see what do you see what I'm saying, my friend? A sentence inside a paragraph, aka when you write a paragraph, you make it with sentences, and then you're linking it. Very cool, very awesome. Do we have it? Yes. Shiver me bimbers. Orale way. Sometimes you want to add A elements to your website before you know where they will link. This is also handy when you're changing the behavior of a link using JavaScript, which we'll learn about later. The current value of href attribute is a link that points to HTTP. Replace the href attribute with a author port, also known as a hash symbol, to create a dead link. So let's turn this into a dead link. That's what I do, guys. I make things die. Voila. You can also make elements into links by nesting them within a element. Nest your image within a element. Here's an example. Place the existing image. Okay. Alright, guys, one moment. Someone's calling me. Hi. I'm sorry. I'm just learning here. If you want, you could tag along and like sit chill. But like, what's up? Tag along? What do you mean? Cause like Alright, guys, I'm sorry about that. Uh, damn. So, yeah, anyways. So, let's see what they want us to do here. Our element should be a dead link. It is a dead link. Once you've done this, the cursor is normal, become dead link on the photo. This is the photo. Wait, what happened? I guess I created a link and then I forgot to put the author port. Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, unordered list start with an opening unordered list, followed by a number of lists. Finally, unordered lists. So ordered list, closing. So remove the last two paragraph elements and create an unordered list of 3 things that cats love to do at the bottom of the page. Alright, guys, so let's create a list, shall we? So let's do something cool. We're gonna create a header saying we're bad people. We're cool kids. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. So let's check it out. We're gonna create a header. What does it say? Things that cats love. And then we're gonna close it. Look at that being generated on the right of our thingy. Very cool. So now let's create an unordered list. Unordered lists and create a list item and create the 3 things that cats love. So things that cats love. I am a cat owner and I know what my cat loves. My cat loves me. It loves me. My cat loves scratching with my door. And my cat loves Alright. I'm very sorry, but as you guys can see, my life is built with interruptions. So let's check this out. So my cat loves me, loves scratching my door, and it loves shrimp. I don't know about you, but my cat likes to eat shrimp. Yes, of course, they're gonna be cooked, but yes, just like us, shrimp is okay. And boom, we created our list. Very cool. Is this a list? Yes. Woo! Exciting. Alright, so ordered lists start with the OL element, followed by an LI element. Finally, ordered lists are closed with an OL. Wow. So we'll create a number list of Garfield. So Garfield will be number 1, Sylvester will be number 2. Top 3 things that cats hate. Let's see what cats hate. My cat. Oop, I already messed up. It's supposed to be an OL. Ha ha ha. So my cat hates water. I don't know about you, but he does hate water. What else does my cat hate? My cat hates me. I mean, sometimes he can get angry at me. And let's see. My cat hates. Uh. Dang, I don't know. I don't know. My cat usually loves a lot of things. My cat hates noise. Loud noise. Cause like I don't know about you, but like their ears they go around and it's very cool. It's cute sometimes. So yeah, 3 things. Very cool. As you guys can see on ordered list. Wow, let's rejoice everybody. Now let's create a web form. Input elements are a convenient way to get input from your user. You can create a text input like this. Input type equals text. Create an input element type of text below your lists. Alright, so below our list, we're gonna put a input, and inputs are usually used for forms when you want to create a form. Input type equals text. So now, whenever we're here, anything we goes, but we cannot press enter because it'll go nowhere. But we can type, and that's really cool. Placeholder text is what displays in your input element before your user has input anything. You can create placeholder text like so. Input type equals text, placeholder, this is placeholder text. Remember the input element are self-closing. Set the placeholder value of your text input to cat photo URL. So inside this text, we create a placeholder variable, call it cat photo URL. Very cool. You can build web forms that actually submit data to a server using nothing more than pure HTML. You can do this by specifying an action on your form element. For example, form action equals URL where you want to. Okay. So this is what I was talking to you about earlier. So usually when we are going to be using input variables or input tags, we put them inside a form tag, or aka if you want to put things or use things in, like, if you guys want to use a vocabulary, we usually just nest it. Yeah, we nest tags instead of other tags. And then we give it a method, which I think, don't correct me if I'm wrong, or correct me if I'm wrong, but yes, we give it an action, or I guess you could say method, or maybe there's different things. I'm still a kid in training, guys, so please be my friend. This action is pretty much going to be when we click the submit button, it's gonna take us to this link right here. I'm pretty sure where you want to submit form data, or pretty much where your data is gonna go. Wow, never mind. I just read it here. I don't know why I keep explaining it to you guys. I'm very sorry. Alright, so let's add a submit button to your form. Clicking this button will send the data from your form to the URL specified with your form action attribute. Here's an example. Submit button. Oh, now we're talking about buttons. Woo! Add a button as the last element of your form element with the type of submit, and submit as its text. Alright, so let's give this thing a button. Very cool, very awesome. And it will end with the button with the text as or with the text of submit, and then we're gonna give it a type submit. So when we click it, it will submit. Very cool. You can require specific form fields so that your user will not be able to submit your form until he or she has filled them out. For example, if you want to make a text input field required, you can just add the attribute required with your input element like this. Input type equals text required. Very cool. Make your text input a required field so that your user can't submit the form without completing this field. Whoops. And then boom, hasta la vista. Now let's create a set of radio buttons. You can use radio buttons for questions where you want the user to only give you one answer out of multiple options. Radio buttons are a type of input. Each of your radio buttons can be nested with its own label element. By wrapping an input element inside of a label element, it will automatically associate the radio button input with the label element surrounding it. All related radio buttons should have the same name attribute to create a radio button group. By creating a radio group, selecting any single radio button will automatically deselect the other buttons within the same group, ensuring only one answer is provided by the user. Here's an example. We create a label. We give it an input type of radio. Instead of text, it is radio, and we give it a name of indoor, outdoor, and then the text for this input is indoor. It is considered best practice to set a for attribute on the label element with a value that matches the value of the ID. Cool. So we want to give, whenever we create labels, we give it a for, and then this is going to be for the ID that we set for the input. Add a pair of radio buttons in your form, each nested in its own label element. One should have an option of indoor and the other should have an option of outdoor. Both share the same name attribute, indoor, outdoor. Okay, sounds simple enough. So this is gonna be a label. Let's do the cool stuff with label. This is gonna be for indoor. Now let's create an input type equals radio with an ID of indoor, and then the name is gonna be indoor, outdoor, and then this is called indoor. So I don't know if you guys are realizing what we are doing is basically when we create a label, this label is pretty much going to be the label for the type of input that we are creating for it. You feel me? Alright, I'm kind of bad at explanations myself, but I hope you guys understand what the heck I'm saying sometimes. And if I'm not, please help me out so I can teach you guys a little bit more, because I would love to teach you. Alright, so now let's create another label. This is gonna be for, this label is for indoor, or, outdoor. Wow, I can't even spell outdoor. I'm so sorry. I'm like one of those weird people that can't spell. And this is gonna have an ID of outdoor. And then it's gonna have the name of, input type. I'm sorry, I'm confusing you guys. Input type equals radio, and then the name is gonna be equals indoor, outdoor. You want to make sure that the name is like the same name for everything, and then outdoor, and then boom. You see, it's good because we put the name for our inputs. When we select one, it doesn't select the other. But if it was like that, you see, boom, shakalaka. So at the same time, this name is, once we submit the form, since we need that required, so once we submit the form, it's gonna send it to this thingy. It will send it to this database, to this server, and it's gonna tell us that, alright guys, so for the button indoor or outdoor, he chose outdoor. So his cat is an outdoor cat. Let's check it out. Very cool. Very awesome. Interesting, I know. Alright, so let's check this out. Forms commonly use checkboxes for questions that may have more than one answer. Checkboxes are a type of input. Each of your checkboxes can be nested with its own label element. By wrapping an input element inside of a label element, it will automatically associate the checkbox input with the label element surrounding it. All related checkbox inputs should have the same name attribute. It is considerable best practice to define the relationship between checkbox input and corresponding label best settings for attribute label elements matching the ID attribute associated input elements. Here's an example of a checkbox. Label for loving has an input with an ID of loving. It's a checkbox. Name personality, and it's loving. What? This is pretty much the same thing as a radio button. Okay, so add a form of add to your form a set of 3 checkboxes. Each checkbox should be nested within its own label. Oops. There goes my coffee. Alright, so let's peep this out. So where should we put this? I'll just put this right above the cat photo URL. So add to your form a set of 3 checkboxes. Each checkbox should be nested within its own label. So we will create a label for each of these things. Very cool. Very awesome. And we're gonna give this an input type of checkbox. Awesome. We got 1 checkbox. Now let's give it another checkbox. Label input type equals check box. I hate this. I'm getting frustrated. Can't even speak. Can't even write. It's funny. And then let's give this another label. Input type check box. Alright, so now let's do this. So we are creating this is for personalities, so just like for the ones above. So this checkbox is gonna be, let's just follow the example. For loving, this checkbox gets an ID of loving, and the name is gonna be personalities or personality, and then we're gonna give it text of loving, and then boom, you guys can see it right there. And then let's see this right here. This is gonna be for, what's another personality? Sad? Or let's go with caring. That's a nice personality. We are good vibes only. Ha 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 ha. Sad depression. Caring. We give it a name. Oh, my wrist. Oh, it hurts. Ah. Personality. And then we're gonna give this caring. And then this is gonna be for I don't know. I don't really know things about personality, yo. I'm not that type of person. Label for personality. Tough. We got some tough cats around here, yo. Those tough cats that like built eating all chicken, and finessing all those other single ladies or single kitties. That dude, that Tom guy. I'm playing. I grew up watching Tom and Jerry, so like Tommy, he's a tough cat. All right, and then we're gonna do this thing because I don't know if you guys noticed. Look, they added a BR, which is known. It's called BR tag or breaker tag, and it pretty much just like breaks the tag or breaks the ending. So like it just creates a whole new line. It's very cool. So let's check this out. Awesome, it works. Very cool. And then you guys can see they did it their own way. I mean, it's pretty much the same way. You guys can see there's no difference. But anyways, when a form gets submitted, the data is sent to the server and includes entries for options included, input of type, radio, or checkbox. Report their values for the value attribute. Oh, so I told you guys a lie. This doesn't tell the server anything. You have to put value next to it, because then the server will know which is it and stuff like that. So like if the value was whoa. Let's read more. I'm so sorry. Let me just shut the hell up. So here you have two radio inputs. When the user submits a form with the indoor option selected, the form data will include the line indoor, outdoor equals indoor, right? This is from the name and value attribute of indoor input. If you omit the value attribute, the submitted form data uses the default value, which is on. In this scenario, if the user clicked the indoor option and submitted the form, the results of the data would be indoor, outdoor equals on, which is not useful, so the value attribute needs to be set to something. Oh. Okay. So never mind. So yeah, when a person will click on, let's say, whatever, if it's going to be like this, the server is going to put the name, which was indoor, outdoor, and if we give the value for indoor a value of indoor, it will tell us, or it will tell the server this. Interesting. I'm sorry, it's not that very interesting, but like, yeah, let's check this out. So it just tells us to give a value for everything. So value indoor value of outdoor value for loving lazy very cool, very awesome. You can set a checkbox or radio button checked attribute. To do this, just add the word checked, input type. So yeah, and I don't know if you guys noticed, like, yeah, it was kind of different before. It was they just nested the label inside the label thing, but like you guys can see what I was talking about earlier. So for the label of indoor, I don't know, it's too weird for me. I'd rather just have this like this. Boom. So for indoor, you will get a value, or for indoor you give an ID of indoor, so they both connect. This is a type of radio button. The name, or yeah, the name of it is indoor outdoor because it's either this or that one, or it would be blue or black, green or yellow, and then once the person clicks on it, and yeah, and yeah, I really hope you guys understand because like it's kind of simple. So set the radio button for set the radio buttons and first checkboxes to default. So checked and checked. Whoops. I don't know why I keep doing that. And then look at our app turning out so nice. Basic HR. Yeah, never mind. The div element, also known as a division element, is a general purpose container for other elements. The div element is probably the most commonly used HTML element of all. Just like any other non-self-closing element, you can open a div element with div and close it on another line with div. Nest your things cats love and things cats hate. List all within a single div element. Try putting your opening div tag above your things cats love p element and close your closing div tag after your closing ol. Okay, so that was just like really weird. So nest your things and this list with a single div element. So pretty much it tells us that they want us to nest this into a div. Because divs divides this whole web page, doesn't change anything as you guys can see. It just groups these two together since these are both, this is how I like to think of it, just so we are properly using a div. Since these are both lists, correct? And they both are talking about cats. There's no little, it's not a section, it's not nothing like that. It's just a group of little things on this page that's different from a form, that's different from our little header that we have over here. So instead of just like, boom, yeah. Nest your things, da 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 da. Is this correct? Yes, it is. Alright, so now let's create. Oh, wow. So honestly, I don't feel like reading this anymore. So to be honest with you, to create, whenever you're gonna be in your own code editor, all you wanna do is just, when the first line of code that you'll ever put is, you just declare that this is a HTML document. So when the browser opens it up, they know it's like HTML. And then add an HTML tag, and under it give it, so yeah, so you just declare its doc type. You start it off with the HTML, and then it tells us to give it an H1. Inside our H1, we're gonna say hi, or what is life. You see how it just gets printed? So cool. Dude, you are coding, congratulations. And then boom. And then like if you just like do it like that, you'll see the difference. Sucks, right? Let's check it out. Very cool, very awesome. And you can add another level of organization in your HTML document with HTML tags with a head and body element, and mark up any information on your page. Then mark up with a content page. Meta with links, meta, title, style. So here's an example. So we give this a doc type of HTML, first line of code always. Then we create an HTML tag that has all of these parts that we need to create an HTML document successfully. So let's mark this page up. So inside our HTML document, when we create a head tag, we want to be able to put the title. Very cool, very awesome. I like it, but I know you love it. And the rest of that's it, because the title is gonna be the title of the page. And then that's pretty much it. And then we put a body tag. Inside this body tag, we have another. You see how this is the title? And then, it even tells you right here. It's pretty much who created it, or wow, it says this the author. Just listen. Just note, this is a note to self type of thing. When you have a H1, there's only one H1 per page. If you want it like that, just because it's like the most important thing, you could add an H2. It's just, you'll be able to change the size and everything, but like just note, H1 is basically another way of saying that this is the title of your page. This is the most important thing that you want people to recognize. Or at the same time, it's just the most important. It's just like the title of the book, or like the inner title of the book. I feel like I just explained it very awfully, but hey, I really hope you understand me a little bit. If anything, just let me know in the comments, please. I'll be your best friend. Oh shit! Or excuse my language. Yay, we did it. Next is gonna be introduction basic to CSS, but we'll do that shiznit tomorrow. So day 1 of code. I hope you're following along with me. We did it. Congratulations. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.